pairing in cinema history that sees this woman being jealous of this woman's theoretical beauty? Is it the film star who somehow managed to fight her way to the very top to take the crown as the most insufferable actor in Hollywood, beating off some pretty stiff competition, I might add?
Yes, yes.
Or is it perhaps the complete destruction of everything?
Yes, Queen. What's going on, the Nova Squad? Welcome back to the channel. So we got another Critical Drinker video. This one will be called the most hated movie ever. But if you actually see that thumbnail, you guys actually know what we're talking about. So the Snow White movie. So it has been given a lot of backlash, and why? Reason because it's too woke. It has changed the fundamental of the story, especially when people actually really enjoy the original version of Snow White. Trying to make her now a leader and trying to have this rebellion thing going on. But they already had tried that with Cinderella and then the other princesses who actually had like the Disney version of it, but then put it into a twist. Now, I understand that the director should have some creativity when it comes to their own flair, but you changing the fundamental of the character is going to bring up a lot of heat. Like the same time when they had tried to make Jonathan Clark, who is Superman's son, trying to make him gay, and a lot of people actually were like, we ain't really with all that because like that's not who he is. Now, if you guys want to create like a movie that is, you know, representation of, you know, woman power or, you know, doing things like that, then you should probably make a original character or actually make a movie that's already based about a strong woman and then make it into your own. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Wow, 1 million. That's crazy.
You did it! Congratulations! Great job, everybody. It's great to meet you.
You know, I have to admit that I didn't think it was possible. The skeptic in me said it could never be done, and yet somehow Snow White always finds a way to subvert my expectations. That's right, just a couple of days ago, the official's trailer for Snow White passed the epic milestone of 1 million dislikes. And with a grand total of 40,000 upvotes, that gives it a ratio of 96% dislikes, becoming officially the most hated movie trailer in all of YouTube history.
It's actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
I mean, they always said this movie was going to break records, and life has a funny way of delivering when you least expect it. Honestly, I'm actually just amazed that 40,000 people took a look at this and thought to themselves, yeah, this is definitely enriching the art of modern cinema. Can't wait to shell out a couple of $100 to see this with the family. Tell me, what aspect of this movie are you most excited about? Is it the nightmarish monstrosities in vaguely humanoid form that can't seem to decide if they want to be hyper-stylized, exaggerated...
Now, I remember when the first time they had tried to have these actors be in the doors, and then like it was like all these different heights of different versions of these doors. You had like the short ones, the tall ones, but then like you have like a lot of like actors who are literally that size, could have actually played the role, but you've gotten so much backlash going back and forth that you end up having animated dwarf looking people. Like, again, like, I understand that you are trying to represent a lot of people in these movies, but if it don't work, then it don't work. You can't call a creature a dwarf and then like the size of Yao Ming, or it just... It don't work, and it doesn't really make any sense. Like, you can't call them
cartoons or photorealistic humans with dwarfism, and instead chose some unholy melding of the two that makes you question your decision to have functioning eyeballs. Is it the tediously predictable princess who saves herself trope that's been used and abused harder than Movie Bob's local buffet restaurant? Is it the least believable pairing in cinema history that sees this woman being jealous of this woman's theoretical beauty? Is it the film star who somehow managed to fight her way to the very top to take the crown as the most insufferable actor in Hollywood, beating off some pretty stiff competition, I might add?
Yes, yes.
Or is it perhaps the complete
Yes,
destruction
queen.
of everything?
Yes, queen. No, it's like that whole whoever had told her to actually say that this is all about a woman taking back her kingdom, but like that doesn't really make any sense because like, how are you gonna fit the original story in the movie, but still having a scene of her saving her people? That does not make any sense. Like, how are you gonna do all that? I
Actor in Hollywood, beating off some pretty stiff competition, I might add.
Yes, yes.
Or is it
Yes,
perhaps the complete
queen.
destruction of everything the original movie and the fairy tale it was based on was supposed to represent? So many decisions. You know, living in this little YouTube bubble like we do, it's easy to forget that a lot of what we talk about here doesn't really cross over into mainstream awareness. The Ray movies ditched its lead writer for like the 5th time? Who cares? General audiences won't even be aware of little dramas like that. Generic Hollywood celebrity number 4271 had a meltdown on social media about the Orange Man for like the 5th time this week. So what? Most people in the real world won't know or care about any of it. But Snow White seems to be a very different beast. It might just be one of those rare cases that makes the leap from lolcow internet drama into the real world, with actual real world repercussions at the box office. I mean, if 1 million people took a look at that YouTube trailer and decided they hated it, imagine how many millions more are just going to quietly ignore the film and never watch it. I'll be honest here, I don't think I've ever seen such antagonism towards a film in my life. Jesus, even The Marvels, arguably the most disastrous flop in MCU history.
No, wait, hold on. I will say this though. It was not the actress's fault, because the actress who played Cara Danvers, she did way better as far as acting was in this movie versus her original one. So I will give her that. The other two actresses, they did their best. It's just that the script, it was so crap. I will say that though. I will say
I'll be honest here, I don't think I've ever seen such antagonism towards a film in my life. Jesus, even The Marvels, arguably the most disastrous flop in MCU history, headed up by one of the most wildly unpopular characters in the entire franchise, still managed to scrape together a 54% positive rating on the trailer. Even Cleopatra, truly the worst of the worst, the ridiculous Netflix pseudo-documentary that asked us to ignore facts, verified historical records, and simple common sense in favour of massaging the ego of the show's executive producer.
I remember my grandmother saying to me, I don't care what they tell you in school, Cleopatra was black.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Wait, Cleopatra. Hold on. Let's see something here. Well, I mean, just because you are from Egypt doesn't mean you are a dark-skinned person. I mean, I guess.
Saying to me, I don't care what they tell you in school, Cleopatra was black.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Still managed to get away with a meager 93% dislike ratio.
Jesus Christ!
Snow White really is a next level disaster for Disney, and honestly, short of scrapping the entire project and just taking the tax write-off, I can't even think of a way they could pull this one back and save face. They've already delayed the film by more than a year, probably praying that the controversies would die down while they desperately scramble to rewrite and reshoot it into something that doesn't make the audience want to gouge their own eyes out with a rusty spoon. They put Rachel Zegler on the apology tour to try and soften her public image, and she used every ounce of her acting ability to pretend that she really liked and respected the original movie, and that she wasn't just an obnoxious, abrasive, self-absorbed arsehole. None of it worked, and so here we are, staring down the barrel of Snow White's release date, which is barely 7 weeks away. The board's been set, the pieces are in place, and it's about time to play the game. And something tells me it's not going to be an enjoyable one for Disney. It will be for us, though.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Yes.
Go away now.
It's gonna crash and burn. I'm sorry, like it really is, because like you can't like crap on the original source and then like trying to like twist it up and then make it your own. Like, I totally understand that you as the director or as an actor or an actress want to make something like in your own creation, but you gotta understand, like, these people love this original thing ever since they were kids. Because like, I'm pretty sure now they're like either my age or a tad bit older who actually had watched the original movie and whatnot. Like, it's like the equivalent of trying to change the fundamental of Pinocchio. Like, it's like when he lies, his nose don't grow, but it's only when he's telling the truth. Like, that has you switching out the actual like fundamental of what Pinocchio is. Like, he is a boy. He's a puppet who's trying to be a boy, but in order to do that, he gotta be a good boy, not just lying and then being like nasty and such. Like, I mean, it's just like, don't try to change the idea of what these characters were, and then changing it like a Jurassic, like a whole 360. Man, I don't know. To each their own. Do what you want, but understand the audience and the consumers. So, if you guys really enjoyed this reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you do reaction next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, my name is Russell, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace!